Hey, it's been a while. So you want to go to the Ghibli Park in Nagoya? I'm gonna take you with me and I'm gonna show you what to do, what not to do, and how my trip went, because oh my god, it was kind of interesting and not in the best way. So I believe the Ghibli Park in Nagoya opened sometime in 2023 and I finally got the chance to go. I am a huge Ghibli fan. I've grown up watching all the Ghibli movies. Also, I'm probably triggering someone already with the way that I'm saying Ghibli. I don't know if it's Ghibli. I'm pretty sure that the way you're meant to say it is Ghibli, but I've always thought it as Ghibli. So I'm really sorry if you're gonna be triggered the whole time that I'm saying it wrong. Just deal with it, okay? But I've grown up watching all the movies, and if you're wondering what my favorite is, that would have to be a tie between Kiki's Delivery Service and probably, oh no, I have three. Okay, Kiki's Delivery Service, Ponyo, and The Cat Returns are my absolute top three. I can watch those movies any time of the day, any time of the year, and they bring me a lot of joy. I absolutely love the Ghibli universe, and so getting to go to the park in Nagoya is something that I was really looking forward to. I went on my way because I was at the World Cosplay Summit last weekend and I had a free day, and I thought, why not check out the Ghibli Park since it is in Nagoya. Even though it is in Nagoya, it is still an hour away from city center, so you have to take 2 trains to get there, and it takes about an hour, give or take, to go all the way out. If you don't want to take the train, you could probably arrange a bus. I believe the drive is about half an hour, but we decided to take the train. Man, I was just so disappointed. Let's just say that. Let's just say I was so disappointed. And it started out from the get-go because of the ticket that I bought. I didn't know going into this that your ticket that you think when you're buying it would give you access to everything. It doesn't. You have to buy separate tickets for a lot of the different areas across the park. And whilst we got to see a lot of really great things, we got to access the warehouse, the Grand Warehouse, which is new, which is where you can watch the Ghibli short films that are showing and get to see the exhibits. The exhibits themselves are really kind of just photo ops. There's a few really cool animation stills that you can see from a few of the movies, but you're not allowed to take photos or videos in this area. Unfortunately, I got told off for taking a video, but then I proceeded to literally watch a Japanese person do the exact same thing I did and not get told off for it. So I was a little bit like already peeved about that. We weren't able to access 𝐬𝐨𝐬𝐿's Moving Castle at all. That's an extra 1,000 yen, and they were sold out on the day. So we couldn't access 𝐬𝐻's Moving Castle. We could only go outside in the area and see it. Couldn't look at Kiki's house. Now, also need an extra ticket for that area. Couldn't access Totoro's house. Also need an extra ticket for that area. Couldn't access The Cat Returns. Also need an extra ticket for that goddamn area. You can see where my frustration is building. And so when I was booking the tickets, I used Klook, which is usually like pretty user-friendly for English, language. I like using it because it's familiar to me. But in no point with the Klook booking system did I see the ability for you to buy these extra areas. I thought when I was buying the ticket, I got access to all areas. The ticket, mind you, is like 5,000 yen. It's not cheap. And you still have to then pay an extra $1,000 for up to 4 areas, making the ticket like 9,000 yen. And the rides, mind you, there are 2 rides that you can access in the witches area, and those are also extra. It's like, what are we doing here, guys? And I heard from a friend who I told about this whole experience that apparently if you log on to the Japanese version of the website, you can buy the all access area ticket, which I didn't know. I still tried to make the absolute most of my day and enjoy the park for what it was, because I absolutely was so happy to be there and I just wanted to be immersed in the Ghibli vibes in the areas. But there were freaking lines everywhere for everything because I decided to go on a weekend, which never go to anything on the weekend in Japan because you will end up waiting in like hour-long lines, if not more, easily, because it is what it is here. There's lines. So we ended up waiting about an hour just to access the general exhibit, which was worth it, I would say. We also then ended up waiting almost over an hour for lunch, which I regret doing because the lunch food wasn't great. It was like the most driest avocado sandwich. I don't even want to call it a sandwich. It was like a piece of bread with avocado and tomato, was it? It not even really themed. I think they were like,
oh, Ghibli European food. That's what the people want.
that. Food is something I really did not expect to struggle with so much because I thought there would be more food options available. I did read some reviews online of people saying to go to the IKEA one stop before the Ghibli Park to stock up on food from a restaurant in IKEA, which I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to eat the Ghibli food. And yeah, couldn't eat the Ghibli food. Another bakery in the park is in the witches area, which is actually 𝐬𝐸's bakery, which I'm forgetting the name of right now. But the only bread that you can buy is a bread set for 2,000 yen. You get like 4 pieces of bread. And I was like, I just want one croissant. Please, can I just buy a croissant? I just want one. I don't want to buy a set right now. I just had a sandwich. So like, definitely, I don't know. There was one restaurant I really wanted to try, which was the 𝐬𝐸's restaurant. But at the time, we'd just eaten the sandwich by the time we found it, and it was already a huge line out the front, so we didn't get to try it. I would like to go back and try that restaurant next time. I'm not sure if you can book in advance. I hope there's a way. I hope there's a way. Another thing that definitely affected my experience was just the freaking weather. And I don't think people really understand. If you haven't been to Japan in summertime, it is like nothing I've ever experienced in my entire life as an Australian living in Brisbane, in Queensland, in the Sunshine State. It never gets as hot and as humid as it does in Japan. And majority of the Ghibli Park is outdoors. The only indoor thing really is the Grand Warehouse, which is only like 20% of the park. There is so much else to explore, but it's all outdoors. And we ended up walking like a kilometer just to get to the Totoro area, just to be told we couldn't see it because we hadn't bought the right ticket, and we couldn't buy the ticket because it was sold out. So it's just like, there is, oh, another thing you can pay for extra is the bus that does go around the park, so you don't have to walk, but that's another 1,000 yen. And it wasn't clear whether that was per ride or if that was an all-day thing, and you still ended up having to wait for the bus to come. We didn't know the timetable either. That's one thing that I think really messed us up in the beginning of the day, is that when we showed up to the park, there's no like real entry, and like there's no real like, here's a flyer, here's the map, here's how you can get from A to B. We ended up going first through the entry, down the stairs, and going to the first big building we saw because we're like, I think this is the entry. It's a giant warehouse that has the Grand Warehouse on the left, an ice skating rink in the bottom. Unsure if that's affiliated with Ghibli, but that's there. And then I have no idea what was on the right side. We didn't even go in, but we went first to the Grand Warehouse and explored there, and that's where we found a little flyer with the map, but the map was so confusing. It didn't have like clear information of whether or not there was a way to get like there's no clear walking paths, where I feel like other theme parks can show you like start here, go here, then end up there. Same with like a zoo. And maybe they didn't want that. Maybe they just wanted you to freely explore whatever, like Ghibli Adventure Time, like sure. But at the same time, I'm exhausted. It's 40 degrees and I don't want to walk like a kilometer in the wrong direction just to then walk all the way back again in the blazing hot summer heat. Like, I'm good. I don't want heat stroke. Thank you. Another thing I noticed in terms of immersion that's really lacking for the overall experience is there's so much beautiful Ghibli music, right? There's so much beautiful, amazing, original work of music, and you would think that the Ghibli Park would play the music in the areas. They have all these amazing immersive areas, and it's silent. It's completely silent. There's no atmos, there's no audio, there's nothing. And I'm like, it seems like such a wasted opportunity. I don't know if there's like certain rule around copyright or like distribution licenses, but I would think that Ghibli owns their own music and has the right to play it. I would hope, because I want to hear it. I want to be in the park and be immersed by hearing the theme songs of the songs as I'm walking around. But instead, no, it's like silent, which is like a choice. It's a choice. It definitely makes it feel less integrated and immersive of an experience, which was a shame. Not even inside the cafe. Like nowhere, at no point did we hear any music throughout the entire park. In terms of audio too, like when we were watching the short film, the staff made some kind of announcement before the film began, but because it's this giant theater, we couldn't hear a word that she was saying. Even though she was obviously giving an important message, we couldn't hear a word she was saying. And that could easily be solved by playing a pre-recorded message in Japanese, in English, in Chinese, in Korean, in different languages, because this park is attracting people from several places around the world, and you would think that they would make an effort to connect to that audience, and it just felt very much lackluster, you know? It's like, what are we doing here? Why did I come all the way from Tokyo to Nagoya to this park for such an experience? such a letdown. Maybe this is all just due to my poor planning, so I urge you to just do better than me and plan this stuff out in advance and you'll have a much better time. In terms of merchandise too, there's a bunch of really cute things that you can buy. There's several merchandise shops across the park, because of course there are. In an attempt to not overheat and die, I found myself entering as many of the gift shops as possible just to cool down for a bit, and I did pick up one very cute thing. My friend bought me a super cute Ponyo glass, which I absolutely love and adore, and it matches all of my other stuff that I already have. I already have a bunch of pieces from Flying Tiger, which is one of my favorite shops in Tokyo from Denmark? I'm not sure where it's from. I know it's from a Scandinavian country, but there's one in Omotesando that I have a few items of, and it just matches so well, like the vibes. They had they had so many really cute cups. Ghibli know what they're doing with their merchandise. So and it matches my nails really well at the moment, which I was like, oh my god, coincidence. So thank you, James, for getting me this super cute cup. I love it so much. I can't wait to use it. And I really wanted to buy a headband. They had like really cute 𝐬𝐸's delivery service headbands, but the store was so full of people that I just left. I was like, I don't want to fight people to just get a headband. So yeah, overall, I would say I kind of had a really disappointing experience at the Ghibli Park, and I've never been to the Ghibli Museum, so I can't really compare it, but it was really nice being able to see a whole lot of statues and buildings that are brought straight to life out of the films, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. It does feel like there's just something missing, and it feels like it's missing that properly Ghibli spirit and soul, which it's encapsulated so well across the movies. Like, you just feel so connected to the characters and the storylines and the feeling of the world, but it could be brought to life so well in a real life setting, and there's clearly demand for it because the park was full of people willing to travel all the way to Nagoya, all the way to the park to come see it, and it's just such a shame. They could easily just improve the experience so well and implement things that other theme parks already do. I wish that there was an app. I would happily download the app to have a better experience on the day. I wish that I could have reserved the restaurants in advance so that I could enjoy my time at the park knowing that I had a pre-organized time slot later at the restaurant, knowing that I would get a seat at the restaurant, because we had to fight for a table in this goddamn bakery restaurant, which just makes things stressful. I just want to enjoy my day, and instead I'm stressing. I wish that you could pre-book it in advance, and maybe you can for the 𝐬𝐸's restaurant, and I just didn't research it well enough. This is an ongoing problem I have where I want to enjoy things IRL in the moment and just have my own natural, organic experience of a thing, but more and more it feels like in this day and age you can't do that. You have to like literally research everything ahead of time and spoil yourself to the experience of what you're going into, and watch TikToks and watch YouTube and do your research. Otherwise you're gonna have a subpar experience, which, to be honest, I hate. I wish that you could just show up to the park being ready to just, all right, let me have it. Let me have your best experience and just have a good time. Instead, you need to like have a freaking clipboard of like, at this time we would do this, and then we'd do this, and then this is how this works, and there's a bus, and I have the ticket, and it's like, isn't this meant to be fun? Yeah. This is meant to be fun, right? So yeah, I don't know if they'll ever change it or implement it, but they're definitely promoting the park a lot. Even at WCS, I heard a few times it was mentioned that you should go check out the Ghibli Park while you're in town in Nagoya, and I wish I could recommend it more. Like, I, as a diehard Ghibli fan, had a subpar experience, so I don't think that other people would enjoy it as much, but I don't know. I am willing to go again. I am willing to do my research now and do it again, but I am never going back in summer. Ever, never, never, never again. I will happily go back in any other month, and hopefully I can. I would like to see the other areas that I missed. I would love to see the inside of 𝐬𝐨𝐬𝐽 Moving Castle and 𝐬𝐸's house and the cat returns and all of that, please. Like, I would happily see all of that. I would pay to see that, knowing I'm gonna have a good experience. But yeah. Anyway, I feel like this video turned into more of a rant and less of a warning, but like, oh boy. Wild times. Also, I hope you like the new setup. I decided to film from bed today. It's a little bit more comfy and cozy, and I figure I can like kind of set up more of my things in the background so that it's like more of a stable position. But yeah, I think it works for now. Is it raining? It's just started raining. What the heck is going on with the weather? Damn, that's crazy. But yes, that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed my rambles, and I'll be back very soon with a new video. I promise you guys, I miss you so much. I want to make more YouTube videos and hang out and rant and talk about all the exciting cool things. And I have news that I want to share, but not this video, not this time. I'll save it for next time. I hope you guys are doing well. Take care of yourselves and don't overheat in summer if you are in a summer location. If you're in the southern hemisphere, all my Aussies, you're fine. Stay warm, get cozy, wear a hoodie. Live your best life. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Thank you. Miss you.